I want to talk about beach safety here in Walton County. It was double red flag yesterday, meaning the water is not open to the public. And so I wanted to come on here and share a little bit about beach safety and how to keep you and your family safe. I was a lifeguard for a little bit for South Walton Fire District here on our beaches. So I did learn quite a few things about keeping your family safe and just rip currents and all of those kinds of things. Hi, my name is Christina, and my mom and I are a mother-daughter real estate team here in the 30A Destin area. If you have any questions about 30A, Destin, Emerald Coast, anywhere in the area, please let us know. We are always happy to help you with anything that you need, and let's get right into the video. So the first thing I want to go over is the flags. So we have a couple of different flags that can be hung up. They hang them up every single morning. I'll start with the highest, which is the double red flag. The double red flag means, hey, you can't swim in the water. I know. It sucks if you're on vacation here and it's double red flag for a lot of the days of the week. I know you want to get in the water, but the lifeguards have deemed it unsafe to swim in the water, and it may not look dangerous to you from the beach, but the undercurrents here can get really crazy. The rib currents here are insane. And, we've had unfortunate cases with athletes here and people that are in amazing shape here that can't swim in these waters during double red. So to keep you and your family safe, to keep the lifeguards safe, it's best to just stay completely out of the water in double red flag. Then you have red flag, and red flag is a step down from that. It's not quite as crazy as double red flag, and you might see some of the lifeguards hanging up no swim signs on the beach during red flag. This means that those areas, they have seen rib currents, and you should stay clear of those flagged areas. Also, I always recommend swimming by a lifeguard. Lifeguards are there to protect us, and if you are a mile down the beach from a lifeguard and you need them, they have to rover all the way there and get to you, and that can cut 10-15 minutes off of time that they could be helping you. So swimming by a lifeguard is super, super important, especially when the waves are a little bit heavier. Then we have yellow flag, which is what you'll see most of the time. This is pretty much flat. There may be a little bit of current or wave in the water. Generally, it's pretty safe to be in the water there. And then green flag, which is completely flat, but be a little wary with completely flat because we do have offshore winds here, and offshore winds here actually push the water out to sea. So if you're on an inflatable, paddleboard, float, you name it, you can be pushed out to shore. And I had a rescue where I had to save some people from drifting on their paddleboards half a mile. They drifted half a mile offshore, and we had to pull them into the beach. And it was completely flat that day. So just because it's completely flat doesn't mean it's completely safe. You always want to be hyper aware in the water and pay attention to the rib currents. I'm going to put up a little diagram here on kind of how to spot the rib currents. And if you get in a rib current, you want to swim parallel and you don't want to panic. But I'm going to link the South Walton Fire Instagram, and they post all kinds of safety tips. They have videos on how to get out of rip currents. They're really better at explaining it than I am. So definitely follow them and use them as a resource. They're here for the county. They were amazing to work for. Everyone that works for them is just so kind, and they really just care about the people that visit in this county and the people that live here in this county. So lean into them for as much information as possible to keep you and your family safe. They also send out a text every morning, and I'm going to insert here how to sign up for that. So every morning they're going to send you a text of what the beach flags are, which is really, really cool. And that's, again, just to keep you informed if you're going to the beach that day. Okay, is it going to be green, yellow, red, double red flag, that kind of thing. And then the last flag that could be up is purple flag, and purple flag means marine life. So that could be anything from jellyfish to stingrays, just more sightings than typically what they see in the water. The jellyfish, most of the time, I've gotten stung so many times, it's not really that big of a deal. If you see a man o' war, I'm going to insert a picture here. Don't get anywhere near the man o' war. They hurt so bad. I've gotten stung once by one, and it was not great. It was not great at all. But generally, if you get stung by one, you're okay. You do not have to pee on it. I know that is a little bit of a myth here, but you do not have to pee on it. And unfortunately, as the lifeguards, we can't really do anything for the stings. So just gonna have to, there is a little spray that you can get, I think that tames down the stinging of it, but there's not really that much you can do with a sting, unfortunately. One more thing that I did want to mention is a lot of the calls that happen here on 30A are actually on the beach, not in the water. And so I feel like a lot of people just kind of cross off anything happening on the beach, but a lot of children go missing, a lot of fish hooks get stuck in feet, and a lot of heat exhaustion, heat stroke heart attack from the heat, all kinds of stuff like that happens on the beach. So stay hydrated, always watch for your surroundings, and know the signs of somebody having heat stroke and keep them hydrated. Maybe get them out, especially if you're drinking a lot on the beach. So that's just another thing to keep in mind, and always keep an eye on your kids. And one tip that I learned from lifeguarding is children will 9 times out of 10 follow the direction of the wind if they're wandering off. So just keep an eye on your children. And if you do happen to lose them, let the lifeguards know immediately. So I hope that kind of gives you a better idea of the flags here and the safety here. If you have any questions, comment below. I will do my best to answer the questions about it. And again, lean into South Walton and their fire team. They're just so amazing. They really just care about this county. So if you have any questions about visiting, staying, living, moving here to the 38 Destin area, we are always here as a resource for you. Don't forget to subscribe for all kinds of videos on the area, and we will see you in the next video.